I'm back, and this is chocolate chip banana muffins, and we have our wet ingredients. We got the bananas smashed with the potato smasher. We have the oil added in. We have the brown sugar and the eggs. Now we're going to add the flour with all the spices in it, and we want to add a little bit of time because what we don't want this to become like a dough, like a bread dough. We want this to be very wet still. So we're just going to put a little bit in, mix it up. This is my husband's ultimate favorite muffins. He will do anything for this. These muffins, I can if I make these muffins, put it this way, he cleans the whole kitchen. It's like these are magic muffins. And no, they don't have any magic in them, meaning happy weed magic. Don't do that. Because sometimes if you say happy, that can refer to that. But nope, if you want to make them with the weed, you can, but I wouldn't do it. But, you know, each to their own. So just keep on adding, stirring it up. It's going to look like pancake batter, waffle batter. It's going to have all the kind of the same. It's going to be thicker, of course. Add a little bit more. Just work it. Now, still. See how it's absorbing the flour? For a minute there, it looked like it was going to turn into a thick mass, but nope. Still working. Now, if you want, during this process, you can add the chocolate chips. And again, this is you can add a half a bag, you can add a whole bag like I'm going to do, because believe me, this is 2 cups of chocolate and a few on the floor. Mix that all in. That's got a really nice consistency to it right now. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit. I think this is going to be the right amount of flour. Because sometimes when you get a bigger banana, you got to weigh it out, because 9 ounces of flour, and if the bananas get bigger or smaller, will change the consistency of this batter. So always keep that in mind. So stir this last bit of flour in here. And you're going to want to set your oven to 375, which again, I really never temp my my wonderful oven, because I just put it in, and then again, it's all about watching. Okay, this is really nice. This is actually perfect. So if you can see that it's goopy. Like, pick it up, and it doesn't slide off really fast. It's kind of got this nice glop. But it's going to be even better when it's in the oven. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to put my cutting board back where it belongs. And we're going to bring out the big guns, which is our sprayed pan. And what I recommend for this is a spoon and a spatula. And your spatula is being... My spatula is right here. Holy crap. Okay, well, if you know me, I have problems with that, so it was right smack. I was actually using it and I couldn't find it. Go figure that one out. Okay. Maybe that's why I got my first dislike on my hot chocolate video, but you know, big deal. That doesn't bother me. Not everyone has to like what I do. And if I get 50 dislikes, okay, that's fine. If I get 40, now if I get 1,000,000 dislikes, I think I'm going to cry, but that's okay too, because that means if I got 1,000,000 dislikes, I would definitely stop. doing this because, you know, don't want to offend people. Okay. And we're gonna, actually we don't need to clean that. So what we're gonna do is let me get a big spoon, like a soup spoon, like this. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. No, not sugar, batter. No, I don't think a spoonful of batter would make the medicine go down. That would be wrong. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slide it right off, and just keep on doing that with all of them. Fill up each one, and it's okay. Just kind of, if there's any spillage, just kind of fix it. And you want to get all of them filled up. Now, for some reason, you always make sure that when you, I think I've said this before in another video, probably that other muffin video I made, what you want to do is if you don't have enough, let's say you have really small bananas and they don't make enough to fill up all the muffin holes here, when you put this in, fill up the empty cups with water, warm water. And the reason is because if you don't, you will warp your pan. Your pan will warp, and that's not good. So let's get the rest of these full. Now, if you want, you can stop right here. I like my muffins big, so I like to push them up a little bit further. But it's the same general rule. Cook them in the oven. Watch them. They're going to rise. They're going to darken. Stick a toothpick in. Now, since I got so many different chocolate chips in there, sometimes you have to kind of poke around because the melted chocolate comes on it, and you can't really tell if it's melted, done or not. So let's get the rest of this batter in. Fill up the, let's see. Let's add a little bit more right here. And let's do what I like to do. I like to make sure we use all of it. Get in there. Scrape the sides down. And let's add a little bit right there. Just kind of add it where it needs it. Or looks like it needs it. Okay, so this is looking about good. And if you want, you can take a piece of, kind of clean the sides so it doesn't burn. It won't burn, but just get it in there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to stick it in 375, which is already on, and we're going to leave it in there for 25 minutes. But again, always take into consideration that you're going to want to, after 15 minutes, open it up, because if those little trays are filled, if you fill them halfway, they're going to cook faster. If you fill them midway, it's going to take a little bit more time. So the smaller you fill, the less you put in there, the faster and quicker. So if you left them a little bit, maybe 1 scoop each, and you left them in for 25 minutes, you're definitely going to have burnt muffins. So always keep in mind, you got to watch what you're baking, cooking, everything. That's the main rule. Don't ever get distracted, and make sure you're nearby. And one thing is, when you start smelling it, that's when it's close to being done. That's another, if you're good with your nose knows. If you're smelling smoke, then you left them in too long. So always keep around the kitchen and make sure it's like a moth to a light. It hangs around a light. Well, in this case, the oven is the light and you're the moth. So make sure you buzz around all the time and check it. And I will see you after 25 minutes, and we'll take a look at these.